Wow, we have waited a really long time for this day. Normally you wait a long time for this day, but you waited extra long time for this day. I didn't welcome our folks in online land, and we appreciate you, friends and family, from joining us at home. I want to invite Jessica Reichard to the podium to open our celebration with an invocation.
At this time, I invite you to bow your heads and pray with me. Our most gracious and heavenly Father, thank you for giving us the opportunity to gather together today. I pray that you will be with us throughout this day as we celebrate the accomplishments of graduating and taking our oath as registered nurses. Thank you for each person in attendance today and for all of our family and friends watching the ceremony online that we wish could have been with us today. God, thank you for putting the desire in each of our hearts to help others. Thank you for the opportunity you gave each of us to attend this nursing program. Thank you for being with us during every lecture, clinical, study session, and exam. Thank you for bringing us to where we are today. Thank you for every professor that is invested in us. Lord, please be with each and every one of my classmates who were seated before me and those that could not be here with us today. Thank you for their dedication to helping the sick. I pray over each of them for strength. I pray that they will be able to apply the knowledge and skills they've learned to help others. I pray for wisdom. I pray that nursing will come naturally to each of them and that they will have the instincts and judgment needed to help save lives. I pray that you will calm our nerves and let excitement outweigh nervousness as we take the NCLEX and begin our careers. As we light our candles and get pinned as registered nurses today, I pray that you will touch each of us and give us your peace. We invite you to continue to walk with us as we begin the next chapter. Use us, God. Use our hands and feet to serve those patients that will be placed in our care. Help us to be able to show love and kindness with each interaction. Thank you again for being with us today and allowing us to gather. Thank you for your son, Jesus. It's in his name that we pray. Amen.
You may be seated. Now I'd like to introduce our interim president of Calhoun Community College, Dr. Joe Berg, and ask him to bring our welcome.
Well, good morning. It's funny how our voices are muffled through those masks, isn't it? It's not the way we'd like it to be. On behalf of the entire Calhoun Community College family, I welcome you to the Nursing Candlelight Ceremony. Although this ceremony is a little different from those in years past, it's still a very important part of celebrating your educational achievements. I know that many of you are disappointed that your family and friends couldn't be here in person to celebrate this great accomplishment with you today, but I hope that they're all watching the ceremony through the live stream. That, as you know, can be viewed from the calhoun.edu website. It's a great honor for me to be here with you today as we celebrate this milestone in your lives as nursing students. You have chosen a most noble profession, and I commend you for your dedication, your commitment, and your compassion. Very proud of you and all of your accomplishments. I know that at times throughout your study that you felt overwhelmed, but you persevered and have reached this important pinnacle in your life. As you leave Calhoun to embark on your career as a nurse, I trust that you will take with you the fond memories of your time here and that your passion for caring for others will always burn brightly. We'd like to thank, too, of course, your family and friends who supported you as you've pursued your education and your passion. And I'm sure that many of them probably acquired a taste for microwave frozen dinners and learn to do laundry and other chores maybe. But to the class of 2020, we applaud you and congratulations on your accomplishments and best wishes for a very successful and meaningful career. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Burke. I also want to recognize those others, in addition to Dr. Burke, that give our program and our students a lot of support. And that would be our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Alan Stevenson, Dr. Patricia Wilson in Student Services, and all those folks that have helped you in admissions and advising and financial aid and career services and ADA services. We appreciate those folks so much. And our Dean of Health Sciences, Brett McGill. Boy, he is your biggest cheerleader as well. And then I'll ask your faculty to stand because the friends and family at home want to see who you guys are as well. And so let's thank your faculty. It takes a village, right? We usually hold the spring ceremony in May during Nurses Week, and this year was supposed to be a really special year for so many reasons. It's the 200th anniversary of Florence Nightingale's birth, and it was designated by nursing leaders and organizations as the International Year of the Nurse and Midwife. So nursing programs and employers and nursing organizations had all these great plans starting back last fall to celebrate this year, and boy, that kind of changed, right? It's also a big year because this is our inaugural graduating class from our Huntsville campus expansion, and so that was another reason this is a really big year. So we have a combined class of Huntsville and Decatur graduates. But we got upstaged, and if you really think about it, nursing and healthcare professionals have still been in the spotlight. It's still been a celebration of the hard work that nurses and healthcare providers do, and the heart and soul that it takes to do the work that we do, that you are already doing since you left us in May, because we do love what we do. So since it's the 200th anniversary of nursing, I'm going to tell you the quick story of the founder of modern nursing. She was born in Italy 200 years ago to a British family, a well-to-do family. They taught her many languages, Latin, Greek, Italian, and unlike most women of her age, she learned math and science from her father. Women of her class were expected to marry and maintain a lovely home and be a hostess, but she was not drawn to that fate. At age 24, she was called by God to be a nurse. She went to Germany to study nursing, and her mother was very distressed and angry with this decision. In the 1840s, careers for women were limited, and nurses were not respected. They were considered ignorant, uneducated, and low class. So when she finished her studies, she returned to London to work, and she held that curiosity common to nurses and enjoyed collecting data and analyzing it and, what we now call evidence-based practice. She drew charts and graphs. She would have loved Excel and, those quick things to give you those great graphs and pie charts, but she drew those out with colored pencils. She used that data to make great improvements where she was working in the health of the patients, and she rose to leadership in the hospital where she worked. At this same time, while she was about 34, Britain and France went to war with Russia, the Crimean War, and notably, it was one of the first conflicts that used explosive shells. So you can imagine the injuries that were associated with that. It's if you read about it on Wikipedia, it is still an icon of logistical, tactical, and medical failure of war. Just everything that could go wrong did. Mass infections, water contamination, The public health crises of dysentery, cholera, and typhus killed 10 times more soldiers than the wounds from the war. So she was called on to come help. And so the Secretary of War sent her out into the field and to these medical warehouses where they had the injured soldiers, where the loss of life was overall in that war about 55%, 900,000 lives were lost. But she and 38 of her staff and nurses and nuns went, and if you've read anything about Florence Nightingale, you know that her tenets were fresh air, water, healthy food, bandages, clean sheets and blankets laundered daily, and she later detailed all of this in her notes on nursing in 1859. She instituted hand washing, and this decreased the death rate by 2/3. You know, that's what we're still talking about today, how important it is. You know, you say to people, stay safe and wash your hands. That's kind of been the tagline since March. So she was nicknamed the Lady with the Lamp by the soldiers as she walked around at night checking on them and recording the data. At the end of the war, Queen Victoria gave her a big monetary gift of $250,000, and she founded a nursing school. And she then began to train nurses that went out into other countries and established nursing and really elevated and transformed the profession of nursing. So like the Lady with the Lamp did 200 years ago, born 200 years ago, we continue in the tradition to recognize nursing graduates by pinning them with a unique symbol and lighting the lamp to signify that tradition that Florence Nightingale carried on to signify your journey into the nursing profession. So today we gather to have this beautiful ceremony, to give a tribute to the Lady with the Lamp, the founder of modern nursing, to represent the light and the knowledge and the caring that is shared with others, giving you the entry into the nursing profession. So you already stepped in it, but we're still going to light your lamp today. So while we weren't born into success or wealth, she's no different than you, and who knows, maybe in 200 years, your name will be synonymous with a transformation in nursing. So at this point, I want to introduce Dean Brett McGill and ask him to bring our speaker to the podium. Thank you.
Well, good morning. On behalf of the entire Health Science Division, I want to congratulate all of you on your accomplishments. We're very proud of each one of you, and we know you're going to represent yourself in Calhoun and the nursing profession with honor. I also want to say, Dr. Hogan was talking about all the neat events that we're going to surround this year as the Year of the Nurse, the International Year of the Nurse. And I want you to think about something else, because I want you to be positive and in light of everything that's going on that's not necessarily positive. I believe that the nursing program here at Calhoun has one of the highest standards of any program here at Calhoun. It's the most challenging program here at Calhoun. And so to go through the nursing program in a normal year is incredibly tough. And it's tough because of these faculty who just pour their heart and soul into making sure that you're going to be able to save lives and provide safe patient care. And so we so appreciate our faculty who dedicate themselves to this every day. But I promise you, I believe God is preparing you for something great. You're the only class since I've been here, right, that's went through nursing school and a global pandemic at the same time. So you guys are going to do something great. So do not sell yourself short. And do not think, oh, I'm so down. No, you need to think, look at the challenge that's been thrust upon me because I'm ready. That's how you need to think about yourself. So be positive. Be proud of what you've accomplished, because we are certainly proud of what you've accomplished. Now let me introduce our speaker. Dr. Brent Watson has been a member of the faculty here at Calhoun Community College since 2014. He has 15 years of experience in the nursing field with a clinical background in pediatrics and orthopedics. He received a bachelor's degree in nursing from UAB, a master's degree in nursing from the University of South Alabama, and a doctorate of nursing practice from Samford University. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Brent Watson.
Good morning. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Burke, Dean McGill, Dr. Hogan, and the nursing faculty. As Dean McGill said, we pour our heart and soul into what we do, and we just are thankful for you as students. And we would definitely like to thank all of you, the 2020 graduating class of Calhoun nurses. It is truly an honor to speak with you as you begin your journey into the nursing profession. I've had the opportunity to follow many of you throughout your journey through this program. I've seen the challenges that go along with adjusting to nursing school in that first semester. The anxiety that you experience with Foley's, tracheostomy care in that second semester. That first hint of autonomy you had when you started that preceptorship in 115. There's a lot to that. You start to kind of get that little bit of this is what nursing's like. Trying to stay focused and learn to care for patients suffering from advanced clinical concerns, clinical problems, while beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel in that fourth semester. And then the challenges of balancing a preceptorship, clinical rotation, preparing for your NCLEX, all while suffering from that chief complaint of just nursing burnout, nursing school burnout. We've seen that. We know, we feel your pain. And I think I can speak for all of the faculty. We know that those struggles are there, and we felt those with you. But you hung in there. You persevered. And you will be an outstanding representative of this program and the nurse for your patients because of it. I know it's been a hard, wild, and crazy ride, and that really doesn't even include that coronavirus outbreak over the last 4 months. But for you to reach this point, again, you didn't do this alone. You probably had a support system, friends, family, students, your fellow students that worked with you. And we congratulate them as well. Everyone who has been through this nursing program or been close to someone in any program knows the achievement that we are honoring today that you've achieved is a big deal. This is not something that's just some small task. It's a big deal. I know that many of you have already started your jobs. You started working in the nursing profession. You're already on the front lines caring for those that are sick and injured. You're doing what you were trained to do. I know that there are others that are waiting, studying hard, hopefully, getting ready for that NCLEX that you're about to take. There are some of you, maybe you're doing both. You're working and preparing for that NCLEX. Keep at it. Keep working hard. And so with that, I want to give you a little bit of an encouragement today. Because if you aren't nervous or a little apprehensive about the next big task that you're facing, you probably will be at some point in the future. Each and every one of you will be great nurses if you continue your career with the same drive and work ethic that you had while you were here at Calhoun. Continue that. Keep working hard. You will fulfill those dreams. And we know how hard you've worked. I know that you do not get through this program without receiving the foundational preparation that you need to be an excellent nurse. Not just a nurse, an excellent nurse. You have the ability within you, or you would not be sitting here today. That does not mean you're finished with learning, that you're finished with fine-tuning your abilities, your skills, and knowledge in nursing, because that will continue throughout your career. but each and every one of you are on the path right now to greatness. You just have the choice to follow it. You have the option to be the great nurse for a patient who is critically ill, who needs minute-by-minute care of an RN at the bedside, just to keep him alive. Or the patient that is dying in a hospital room without family and just needs someone to hold her hand as she takes those last breaths. Or the patient who just needs daily medications and assistance with ambulation to the bathroom. Each and every one of those patients needs you. You will touch the lives of thousands of patients just like these throughout your career. And you will have the opportunity to be an excellent nurse for each and every one of them. As Dr. Hogan mentioned earlier, 2020 is the year of the nurse to honor Florence Nightingale's birthday. It's fitting. It's fitting that this is the year of the nurse. This is a year that we've already demonstrated to the world just how important nurses are to the health and well-being of anyone needing care, no matter the risk of personal illness. You see nurses sacrificing themselves each and every day to help those patients. But you are entering a workforce at a time when you are most needed. As the nursing workforce ages and more experienced nurses retire from the bedside, you are needed to fill those gaps. You are needed to carry on the legacy of the nursing profession that Florence Nightingale started and also to advocate for the health and well-being of your patients, just like she did. Those same expectations for you are there. The same things that she placed on herself at a time when nobody else placed those expectations on nurses. You will have obstacles that you'll face along the way. Some may be personal, some may be professional, but keep working hard. Keep being the best nurse for your patients, and you will be the excellent Calhoun nurse that we expect you to be. I pray that God blesses each and every one of you. Now go out and make us all proud. But never forget we're here. We'll always be here for you. So, one more time, I'm proud to say, congratulations to the 2020 graduates of the Calhoun Nursing Program. Thank you.
At this time, we want to recognize those individuals that are being inducted into the Alpha Delta Nu Honor Society, which is the Associate Degree Nursing Honor Society. Now, each of these students has maintained a grade point average greater than 3.0 throughout the program, and that's including all their nursing courses. They've also worked together as a team to plan and carry out a community service project during their last semester. And it's been especially hard this last time because of COVID-19. So we'd like to recognize these people. As I call out your name, if you would stand and turn towards the camera so that your families can see you. Miss Brooke Bodine. Miss Chrysanda Burks. Miss Lee Byington. Miss Savannah Holman. Miss Zoe Kleinsteiber. Miss Yvette Moss. Miss Jessica Rickard. Miss Corey Rushing, Miss Whitney Wales, Mr. Austin Wallace, and Miss Alicia Horton. If you would, give these people a round of applause for their accomplishment.
For each graduating class in the fall and spring, the nursing faculty select an outstanding student in associate degree nursing. The criteria for this include academic merit with a GPA of at least a 3.2 or above, clinical performance displaying caring, compassion, and a striving for excellence in nursing care, a student that maintains good interpersonal relationships with peers and faculty and demonstrates professional behaviors expected in nursing, and has a potential for making a worthwhile contribution to the nursing profession. The faculty selected Whitney Wales from the Huntsville campus as the outstanding student for the spring 2020 class. She's a member of the inaugural Huntsville campus nursing class. She served as the Student Nurse Association secretary for the Huntsville campus and worked as a tutor through the Star Institute for nursing students in their first 2 or 3 semesters. Whitney finished the program with a 4.0 nursing GPA. She's currently working in CCU2 at Huntsville Hospital. Whitney, please stand. Let us recognize you and turn for your family. Whitney was also recognized at the virtual honors day that the college holds. That's when that ceremony normally happens, and she was also recognized at that time. I'll ask Dr. Miller to come to the podium. I think that's next.
Don't laugh. It is with great pleasure to recognize the graduates of May 2020, and at this time we'll have presentation of the graduates. I'm going to ask the faculty to take your spots for pinning. Graduates, as I call your name, please rise and come to the stage. Brooke Bodine. Bree Brown. Cassandra Burks. Leah Byington. Amanda Douglas. Shania Etal. Mariah Hatfield. Savannah Holman. Logan Jenkins. Braden Johnson. Zoe Kleinstiver. Jamie Kuhn. Elizabeth Ryan Lee. Yvette Lewis. Wilma Moore. On Wynn. Lindsay Reed. Jessica Reichert. Amanda Roberts. Corey Rushing. Brad Smith. Hannah Smith. Elizabeth Taylor. Dawn Thomas. Latoria Thomas. Whitney Wales. Austin Wallace. Alicia Horton. Elisha Worrell. Katie Wright. As you have learned, we take our professional responsibilities very seriously, and you will now join all nurses in striving to maintain the high standards of our profession. In a few moments, when your candle is lit and you make your statements of dedication, think of the friends and family watching and know that you are making a promise not just to yourself that you will hold high standards, but to each of them and to every patient you care for in the future. To protect their health, to advocate for their rights, to preserve their dignity, or to ensure the integrity of a peaceful death. Nurses, when the music starts, please stand at your chair with your lamp. The lights will be dimmed and the faculty will light your flame. You will pass the flame to the person behind you or beside you. Your flames will be the only illumination in the room. It represents the tradition that you now carry forward in your service to uphold and to advance the nursing profession in our state, our nation, and our world. I would like to ask Dr. Vicki Hale Brown to come to the podium, and faculty that are lighting the candles, please take your place. Graduates, please stand and face the camera.
There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning and some dark and cold. And there is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle and makes his home. Carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the helpless, confused and torn, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. Frustrated brother, see how he's tried to light his own candle some other way. And see now your sister, she's been robbed and lied to, still holds a candle without a flame. So carry your candle and run to the darkness, seek out the lonely, the tired and worn, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. Hey now, hey now, 'cause we are a family whose hearts are blazing. So let's raise our candles and light up the sky, praying to our Father in the name of Jesus. Make us a beacon in darkest times. Carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, deceived and poor, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go
So those who are watching via internet, we ask that you would please participate in this part of the program with your classmates. So I will read the pledge, and there will be places where I will pause. And at that time, you will answer, "I will." I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. Your response. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession. I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. With loyalty will I endeavor to aid the physician in their work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Well, you have answered in the affirmative, and your responses have been recorded by an unseen hand. May you never forget this moment, and as you practice throughout your nursing career, may you always keep this pledge close at heart. So at this time, the faculty of the nursing department of Calhoun Community College would like to welcome you into the nursing profession. We hope that you will always be devoted to ensuring the welfare of those entrusted to your care and that you will never lose your desire to practice nursing competently. You may extinguish your candle.
Okay, y'all can turn around and have a seat. I have just a few closing remarks, and then we're going to be on our way. Thank you so much to CETV, Wes, Daniel, David, and Casey, our best friends that make this happen and made it happen for your family and friends today online. Thank you to the Gideon ladies for the nursing Bibles. We always appreciate your addition to our service. The maintenance department who made us perfectly socially distant and provided the beautiful flowers. I guess Dr. Burke probably bought those for us. We always appreciate Stephen and Nathan and the IT department for doing the lights and the music and the sound just right at the right time. And the candlelighting committee did a great job figuring out how to make this happen in a new way. Carrie Gibson, Dr. Miller, Ms. Cobbs, Ms. Mims, and Mr. Holloway. Thank you to Eric and Dr. Brown and our student volunteers that did the intake screening, a new part of our lives, getting our temp check wherever you go. And to the students, ushers, that helped us find our right places today. As a reminder, this will be closed captioned and available on the post-production video posted on our website and on the YouTube channel. So, congratulations. Please stand, and I have some words of benediction. May the God who seeks you find you when you fall. May the God who loves you take delight in your living. May the God who sends you send you now with joy. For in your gladness and in your grieving, in your brokenness and on your healing, in your faithfulness and in your leaving, the God who made you and redeemed you is the God who keeps you still. This concludes our program. Thank you again for joining us online. Stay safe and wash your hands.